So I want to talk very shortly about what your compositional studies should look like for the directional dominance piece. Once again, you're going to create 6 3x4-inch thumbnail sketches and trying to create a variety of different designs. The key things you need to remember for your designs are that you should try to create a directional dominance. That's one of the things that's going to help you to create visual flow, so that all those lines are leading you to a distinct focal point. You also want to create visual depth by creating a range of values. So you're going to use line like you did in the previous value exercise, hatching and cross-hatching and stippling, to create some spaces that look closer or further away, or lighter or darker. You also should try to create a directional conflict by changing the line direction in at least one area. So one's the minimum. And then you're going to try to create utilizing some implied lines, meaning that area or shape can be created where all the lines or stippling stops. So I'll show a couple examples of those previous student works here. This is a good example of implied line, right? The student created some areas where all the line stops and creates different shapes. As you can see, a very easy way to do that is with your pencil. So if you map out the spaces, it gives you a space where all the lines stop. You can also use your blue masking tape to help you create an area like that. This piece doesn't have as distinct of a focal point, right? There's a few areas that could be considered focal points, but there's not one that maybe specifically stands out, right? So that might be something that they could think about doing, maybe by having one of their implied line areas be a little larger. Here's another student example. Definitely made use of line variety. They're also using stippling to create a variety of value. They have a distinct focal point. Maybe they could use a little bit more of that lighter value up towards the top, but they've created an interesting composition. Another student example using a lot of stippling, very distinct focal point, definitely directional dominance leading you all to that sun circle in the middle. They have a variety of line thickness and types as well, so this is a successful use of that directional dominance. Here's another example of use of a variety of line. They've got lines that are going different directions. They also decided to have some of the major shapes direct right one way while the lines actually go the opposite way. That's a nice use of line variety and directional dominance. All right. Let me know if you have more questions about these compositional studies.